So what is the right perspective that we should have on life so that we can live it to the full and thrive? Well, that's what we're going to look at today in this, the third part in a series about changing your perspective. So let's just get straight into that. Okay. So if we're just meeting, my name is Pete and this channel is here to help you live your life to the full and thrive. And so if that kind of thing interests you, then I'd love you to hit the subscribe button and then the notification bell so you never miss a video, because I do make new videos every week here to help you. Today I have 4 quick points for you, so let's get straight into that. Point number 1 is that life is short. Life is short, so therefore we have no time to be bored, to be frustrated, to be caught up in the past, to be worrying about the future. There is no time. Life is short. We only have a few Christmases in life and they come thick and fast. I'd be lucky if I had 80, 90 Christmases. I will say the older I get, the faster life seems to go. Life is short. So therefore, knowing that should help us embrace it, help us focus us on not settling for doing things that aren't productive, that aren't helpful, not letting ourselves have mind patterns and thought patterns that don't foster a positive, happy life. Life is short. The next point, somewhat contradictory, is that life is long. Now, what do I mean by that? As someone with big vision and big plans of his life, I can sometimes get very frustrated with how little I can do in one day, or 1 week, or maybe even 1 month. Things just take much longer than I plan. And look, reflecting back on my nearly 25 years of work in the community with young people, I can look back and see the things that I've been able to achieve and be relatively happy. But the fact that life is long helps me realise that I've got another 25 years of life. I've got another bunch of life where I can achieve even more than I've achieved in the last 25 years, with all the education and wisdom that I've gleaned in those 25 years. I'm going to go for it in the next 25 years. So know that life is short, so let's go for it, but also know that life is long, that we will and can achieve things in the future. The third point is that life is changeable and unpredictable. Now, in the Bible, there's a great illustration of this. There is a guy that built his house on a sand and a guy that built his house on a rock. The thing that happened to both of them, and the lesson from this, is that whatever you do, whatever you have in your life, trouble and problems and difficulties will come. What is important, therefore, is the foundations that you have, because you never know what is going to happen. This week, I've had a sore throat. Last night, I slept for just over 5 hours. I've got a wrist brace on my wrist because I've got a real pain in my wrist. I've got pain in my feet. My knees are hurting. I'm getting old. Those things may all be trivial things to most of you, and yes, this is removable. I could have easily removed that, but the point is that we don't know what the week is what's going to happen in that week, what positive or negative things are going to happen. So we can look at that 2 ways. First of all, we can prepare ourselves for the worst. We should be working on ourselves so that we can face anything, any criticism, any difficulties, any struggles, any illness, any problems. But also, on the other hand, we should be aware that good things can happen. That if you've been really low for the last week, month, year or decade, that doesn't mean that that's what's going to happen for the rest of your life. Things can change. Things are changeable. You can get and you can have a better life. You can go after a better life. You can put the work in, because life is short, life is long, and life is unpredictable. And then just following on from that, my final point is that life is hard. No one gets where they want to get with no work. that life is hard, and with that comes work. We need to put in the work. We can't sit around and wait for good things to happen to us. We can't sit around and wait for our lottery ticket numbers to come up, because it won't happen. We need to put the work in. We need to know that life is hard. Life is a challenge. There are going to be obstacles and obstructions and difficulties along the way. That is going to happen. Expect it, have the perspective that's gonna happen, and then go on and fight it and battle it and overcome it, and then move on to the next thing. So life is short, life is long, life is unpredictable, and then life is hard. I hope you have found that helpful. This channel is really here to help you live your life to the full. And if you stuck here to the end, it really shows me that you're keen to grow and develop as a person and take on some of these things, so that you can put the work in and have an amazing, blessed, full life and full future, and maybe even full present right now. Thanks for watching. I'd love to know what you thought about that in the comments below. The question of the day is, which one of those 4 points do you find the hardest and therefore are going to work on next? And then, as always, click or tap here to subscribe, and then I would encourage you to hit the notification bell so you never miss a video, and then click or tap here to watch another video. Thanks for watching me, and I'll see you again next week.